There's a micro and a macro to it. And
Mm-hmm.
the micro is like once you start, I'm very big on just because something works or it has
Don't
a
mean it's
positive
right.
effect,
Don't mean it's right.
don't mean that it's right.
Right.
Because once you start allowing and start giving up some of your freedoms, some of your basic rights, and some of your basic freedoms, it opens the door to where you're going to cut everybody that's doing that initiative is not doing it for the right reasons or not a good cop or not a good guy or not a good person, period. We all know that there are horrible people in every line of work that have authority and don't know how to handle authority, don't know how to work with authority, and create bigger problems than it needs to be. And so
Right.
when you start giving up freedoms and rights, you start creating and opening up for them to have the chance to go abuse the power that they have. So it sounds good. We
Mm-hmm.
You said something earlier, and that is what you said earlier about crime, and us wanting to make changes is the very reason that a lot of black people were fed up in the 80s and 90s with everything that was going on, and that's how the three strikes law passed. Is because everybody was fed up, like, yo, hold them accountable. Let's get them off the street. Let's go ahead and let's handle this. And then we did that, and then we were like, oh my gosh, like look what's happened. They're locking our boys up. Three strikes is petty crimes because you open the door. Be careful what you ask for.
So,
Right.
but that's why we have to carefully consider what crimes need to be three strikes. You know, I don't feel like a person should spend the rest of their life in
For
prison
drugs.
for drugs or certain things, you know. And hey, Cuddy, as far as I'm concerned, if a person chooses to do drugs, that is their decision because now they're prosecuting people for overdosing.
Wait a minute. Good, good.
Because I
I'm
know you
listening,
gotta
sister.
give it to me. I know it. I know it. So I just feel like if a person makes a conscious choice to do drugs, that's on them. I don't understand being prosecuted for murder. Should you go to jail for drugs? Yes. But that's like me going into McDonald's and me buying French fries. If those French fries kill me, should McDonald's be held liable?
Wait a minute.
Go ahead, bro.
Okay, so listen. On that, there's different levels to that. And like he said, doing drugs is different things too. So as far as what we were saying about the unmarked car thing, now those situations, I feel like they're necessary for something, but not for traffic violations and not to search for drugs.
Right.
If you're using those resources to stop major crimes and to save lives, go ahead. But now, as far as what you're saying, Allura, now listen, I'm gonna have to at least disagree with you at least by like 80%.
Well, go
Okay,
ahead. Do your thing, boo.
and I'm gonna tell you why. I do agree that listen, if your ass out here and you getting high and you die, technically it is your fault. It's not all your fault. I'm gonna tell you why. See, a lot of times when people nowadays when they die, Laura, from overdosing, I would say at least in this area, about 40% of them are not willfully overdosing, and I'm gonna explain to you why. Now,
Okay, I get
if
where you're going with this.
if you are on fentanyl and you know you on fentanyl, right, and you go buy a bag of fentanyl and you die, well, you knew that could happen, right? Now, if you go out and buy some cocaine and you snort some cocaine and you die from that cocaine because it has fentanyl in it, somebody killed you. You were murdered. And the reason why you were murdered is because somebody gave you something that you did not ask for and you did not know. That's different. You feel me? Also, a lot of people be selling them fucking fake M30 Percocet pills from Mexico. If you know that that Percocet is fake or could possibly be fake, and you take that Percocet knowing that, that's kind of your fault.
Right.
Now, if you go buy that and you don't know that, whoever sold it to you killed you.
Okay, I
Another,
get that. That's that. I agree with you on that one.
so that's the 50% why I don't agree with you. The
Yeah.
other 20, the The other 25% is why I don't agree with you. It's like, okay, why the fuck are y'all selling that shit? Listen. I don't give a fuck. Listen, I don't give a fuck if a motherfucker want that shit or not. I'm not selling that.
Okay.
I'm not selling it. I'm not doing it. I'm not fucking doing it. And the reason why I'm not doing that is because you cannot act like you don't know that you killing motherfuckers.
I can
I'm
agree.
so tired of people like, oh man, rest in peace to my dude, man. That was my cousin, man. That was my boy, man. No, the fuck it wasn't. No, the fuck it wasn't. You sold that motherfucker some fucking fatty and you killed him. What kind of nigga is you? I don't give a fuck how poor I am. I will go out here and rob. I will do anything before I do that. I'm not fucking.
I agree to this gentleman.
And listen, I know people out here looking at me, this nigga is snitch. I don't give a fuck what you think about me. If you do that shit, you are a fucked up person. Period. I don't give a fuck who you is. I don't care if you're my friend. I don't care if you're my family. I don't give a fuck if I fuck with you every day. I don't give a fuck. You ain't shit. Period.
I can agree with you on that. Now, like just hearing the way you put it into perspective.
Every fucking week, one of my friends dying from that shit. Damn. Every week. Every week. Listen, a few years ago, we used to think this shit was some white shit. Remember, we used to think that, oh, they wasn't saying that when it was crack and the black people was on crack. Listen, the same niggas that was smoking crack back in the day, the motherfuckers still smoking crack and they're alive right now.
That's true.
Unless they didn't went to that fucking Fetty.
Yeah.
People that get on Fetty, they don't die years from now. They're going to die within the next couple weeks. Period. So if you sell that shit, your ass weird.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I get what you're saying. I agree with that. Now that you put it from that perspective, I get what you're saying.
Because you're killing people.
That's
how many people you know didn't die from ODs? How many?
That's the thing. I only know one person, but that was back in the day, though. That was off the Darvocet. So now that what you're saying, like,
no, you need to open your eyes. These niggas that you know in Youngstown dying, they dying from ODs. They're not health problems. They ODing.
See, and that's the thing.
Listen. Rest in peace to my nigga Cameo. Should I keep going?
Damn, really?
Yeah. These niggas out here out ODing, man. And the thing is that people can easily just say, like, oh, man, this motherfucker dying. Oh, they just out here on drugs and they won't quit. Listen, people don't realize how addictive and how potent that shit is. Listen, motherfuckers can get off of that shit and be clean off it for more than a year and it's still calling them back.
Laura, you want to read that?
Still calling them back.
Yeah, that Fetty had my life in a bind. Just being in an apartment building, I wouldn't even let my kids outside after.
That's what I'm saying.
Nonsense. What is that?
What I'm saying. And if a person knows that, how bad? Listen. The reason why people do that shit for anybody that I don't know is because when they don't have it, they're gonna get sick.
What is she said? What is Fetty? What is Fetty?
It's fentanyl. It's what I'm talking about. It's what I'm talking about.
God.
Listen, anybody basically on fentanyl, you might well listen. You can kiss them goodbye, basically, because you're gonna kill them. Period.
Oh my
Fast too.
No.
Yeah, what you said about the holding those accountable. I definitely feel you should. Both should be held accountable. Those that are the users, because you pick up this habit for whatever reasons you got. We all got reasons why. We all got reasons and excuses why we do some dumb shit in life, right?
That's true.
But you still have to be held accountable for your actions, as well as you get held accountable for your inactions. And that's on both sides.
You can't be out here selling death to niggas, man.
Yeah,
that's true. I didn't even know. To be honest, when I hear
rest
people dying, I never.
Rest in peace, Savon. I can keep going and going and going and going and going.
I never think of why they would.
Rest in peace, Lyndon. Rest in peace, Chappelle.
Scary, always on the phone with the cops.
You hear what I just said, Laura? Rest in peace, Chappelle. I can keep going.
Chappelle.
Yeah.
Wait, who?
Chappelle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Nicole Adams. I keep going. I can just keep going.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Oh my God.
Yeah.
So I do agree with what you're saying, Reggie, about holding those to sell accountable.
Rob, listen. See, it's a choice in a way, and I'm gonna correct you because listen. Think about what I'm gonna say to you and see if this makes sense to you, Rob. All right, come on, man. Let's do some fatty tonight. Get high, sell, and let's possibly die. That don't even sound attractive till you do it. No, that's not how it starts.
That was like ecstasy. We stay away from that because ecstasy was associated with death back in the day.
But listen. Look, people don't start on Fetty or heroin. They start from taking Percocets or motherfucking Xannies. And the reason why is because, well, with Percocets, they make it from the same thing. They make it from poppy seed. It's an opiate or opioid. Anything that's an opiate or opioid is all made from the same fucking thing. When they don't have it, once they get addicted, they start getting sick, shitting, throwing up, stinking, whatever they got to do, they're going to go get that shit. They'll steal from any fucking body. And the difference is now it's fentanyl. It's not heroin no more. So people are dying from it because it's not the real thing. It's synthetic. And it make them come back in 2 hours.
Dang.
So they ODing left and right off the shit.
I had no clue.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yes, and it's more affordable. It's cheaper
Shit,
and it's
like
more potent.
you.
Yes. Yes.
And motherfuckers are taking it knowing that there's a high probability you just gonna die after taking it once.
But that's not how it starts, though. And I just told you, it starts with them pills.
Damn.
Because, listen, pills is not available like that. Back in the day, everybody had perks. When Dr. Pulaski was alive, everybody had pills. He did. I mean,
There he was just having them films like they was freaking candy.
Now that they regulate them shits, the people that was on that shit, they on federal. Or they did. Or both.
See, I'm blessed. It's so crazy because my cousin, we was just talking about this last night, but we was talking about like marijuana, and she was telling me, she's like, Cuddy, I could never smoke with you. She's like, man, every time we smoke, we always had to call that 911 on the hospital because I was paranoid, and I just get paranoid. So after that, I was scared to try anything else. I mean, I tried like trims before, but again, in the hospital, thinking I'm dying, and I realized drugs was not for me.
That shit is sad.
And I guess that's why I have that disconnect with it's a choice, because I realized right then and there, like, this ain't for me. And it took for my cousins to sit here and tell me, I never forget, my cousin Titi, she sat there and she said, Cuddy, this ain't for you. Drugs is not for you. Leave that alone. And I was just smoking pot. Thinking I was seeing ghosts.
Well,
like, passing out. And that's why I was like,
I tried an edible one time and never again in my life. I'm just saying no. Better yet, I need to find me a Dare t-shirt. If an edible had me acting a damn fool, I know drugs is not for me. Weed ain't for me. Edibles ain't for me. None of that for me.
That's because you're a drinker.
Yeah.
Look, that we all got our vices.
Listen, I'm gonna stick to the vices I know. Stick to the waterfalls.
I am trying to break away from alcohol because I don't have issues, but I realize I drink a lot, and I'm like, dang, if I go out and then I'm like this, my homegirls will still be holding 1 cup, and I'm bending 4, and I'm ready for the next 4 to come on, and I was like, you know what? This is the path to an issue, and I'm like, I gotta stop. So that's why I decided that I was done. I'm like, I don't want to do this. I don't want this to become an issue.
So listen,
it's harmless now.
I know you don't know this, Laura, but listen, I ain't had a drink in 5 years. Last time I had a drink was February 8th, 2018.
Wow. Well, congratulations.
Anybody that can tell you that is because they're recovering from it. So if a person be like, I don't drink anymore, you be like, well, how long? They be like, shit. And it been like, they thinking of a lot. So I know exactly the last time I drank, exactly how much I drank. And the reason why I don't drink is because I'm alcoholic.
Yeah, Reggie, I respect that.
I respect it.
That shit was hard as hell to quit.
Yeah.
That's why, like I said, when I seen you post some pictures, it looked like the coconut. Because all them people there, even though I know 90% of was your family, them niggas used to be in the coconut with me getting drunk as fuck. That's how I know.
Yeah, we all used to be up in there. Everybody,
Even Precious and Pinky, little young asses used to be in there. They was like 12, 13 fucking years old. They used to be in there.
Well, I told you we was young. They started us off in the coconut young, but we used to go there like for our birthdays because the guys would give us money for our birthday. The damn dog, our dog used to be in the coconut grove. Our dog Joey used to be in the coconut grove.
Man, it used to be some wild shit.
You said, Reggie,
wild shit. Huh?
You said same reason I stopped drinking. I think it takes strength for people to be able to acknowledge when I always thought like when something hurts or something is hurting you, in our culture a lot of times we like to call out folks like, oh, you weak, you ain't tough, you can't handle that, you're not strong enough. And to me, I think anytime you can admit that you have a vulnerability or that something has gotten the best of you, I always find that like strength to me. Like I always looked at that as somebody who's strong enough to admit that this isn't for them, or they can't handle it no more, or they don't like what it's doing to them and they need to quit. And it's strength every day that you can just continue to be like, nah, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. There was a time, if I ever started feeling like I get depressed or whatever and I drink more, I just stop drinking, period. Not just on the weekends. I cut it off, period, until I feel I'm at a better place. And if I never come to that better place, then I'm never going to sit there and pick up a drink again, because I started using that as a dependency, or started using that as something to get me over. It used to be, you go out clubbing. I couldn't go out clubbing unless I was drunk because it was like I was too afraid to go holler at chicks unless I was drunk as hell, because I ain't give a fuck.
Dance, nothing.
Nothing.
Right. This week was really hard because I was sitting there like, I need to get messed up, bro. And then I was like, nah, I gotta hold on. And that's what I've been trying to do. And it's hard because right now it's like you don't want to face reality. Like you just need something to help you cope. And I think that's how people end up getting addicted on things, is trying to process things. But you know what I said to myself, I was like, if I take this path, I'm not going to be clear-headed to make any logical decisions. And that's why I always I need logic. Like I need to be able to be logical.
Do you know, this goes on what you said about I believe this is a study, and I want to think of the study, but they were saying that there's an addictive gene.
But they ain't quick.
Like, huh?
Oh,
yeah.
It is.
Addictive gene.
Yeah, I believe, yeah.
Yeah, because like you said, my father smokes crack and my mother drank for 30 years before quitting. I know it's in my DNA to be addicted to something. And so, yeah, those are things to walk out for. It's no different than if you know high blood pressure is in your family, you might be healthy today, but you should always be aware and paying attention, because you be surprised what creeps up on you.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I got my shit from my family.
My father died of alcoholism. And even though I knew that it killed him, you know, I found myself, his choice of drink was Wild Irish Rose. I found myself going to buy that. And I don't know what was wrong with me when I'm like, just killed your dad. And I'm just going to buy it. Or I'm going to buy a Mad Dog, because those was his drinks. And I'm just sitting there just drinking it. And I'm just like, something got to be wrong with me. Like, why am I doing this? And it takes a lot of self-reflection, and a lot of people aren't strong enough to do that. And I'm gonna say strong enough. A lot of people don't know how to do that. They don't have the tools. I had the tools because my aunt was always big on sit and think about what you did and why you're doing it.
Listen, and the way I stopped is I went to rehab.
Wow.
That a lot of times when people a lot of people that's addicted to things like even fentanyl, crack, alcohol, they more embarrassed to go get help than they is to walk around being a fucking bum. And I know that for a fact because it was me for a long time. And I just look back at myself like, man, I really used to think I was a shit too, but ain't have no motherfucking money, ain't have nowhere to go, and just thought I was that nigga, boy.
Sorry to hear that.
Listen, as soon as I get some money, I'm at the liquor store. Even when I stayed up in Akron. Listen, the liquor store opened at 9:00 at motherfucking at the Giant Eagles up in Akron. If I wasn't standing there by the time they opened the gate, right, they'd be like, "Where you at? You late today?" I'm talking about 9:10. They'd be like, "You late? What's wrong? You got a car accident or something?" Because man, I'd be standing at that bitch like a zombie waiting for that motherfucker.
Damn. Reggie, I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
Proud of you, man. Chantel says my dad died of alcohol abuse, which caused a heart attack.
My father's caused a stroke.
Damn.
That shit ain't no joke. But see, as a culture, we think it's okay because they say, thank you, Tish. We think it's okay because they sell it at the store. You know what I'm saying? And like a lot of people, like a lot of us, either we from down south or our families from down south. Like my family, they from down south, both sides. You know what I'm saying? They're country niggas. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing better to do. It's nothing better to do. They just sit there and just drink all fucking day. There's really nothing to do. Ain't nothing but woods and trees and fucking mosquitoes and squirrels and deers and shit. Ain't nothing to do. So these motherfuckers be sitting there drinking 30 packs of natural ice and shit. Natural life. Yeah.
Sonora said, I quit drinking in 2019, but COVID had me stuck in the house, lost my job, so you can call it depression. I'll go weeks. I'll go a week now rather than months. Wow.
And listen, I had 2 fucking jobs living in Youngstown. Statistically, the first or second cheapest place to live in America. I had 2 jobs living with my mom. Budgeted my money out like, all right, I need this amount of money to drink this day. Okay, well, this day I'm gonna drink Top Shelf on Sunday. The rest of the week I'm gonna drink Cerveza. I'm gonna get 3 miles on Thursday, like that, on some stupid shit.
I used to be walking around with a bottle of Cisco in my purse. That's how bad it was. I
Hey,
had
Red, you said alcoholism had you being financially responsible, budgeting out.
Budgeting my money. I literally wrote the shit down one day.
you
I'm
have
saying this
like I was there. I would be like $20 for this, $20 for this. Okay, I got $100 for the rent. Okay, this I used to be like, I used to tear my money up.
But look though.
To tear paper up and write with like make strips and write how much I had and what it was for and put it in my purse. That's how I used to delegate my spending. I had my Mira Joanna money. I had my drinking money. And then I had like just my money for me to go, be a lady, get my hair and my nails done, and get out.
You're saying some responsible shit in there. I heard you say, I swear, at least 2 fucking responsible things.
Responsible things.
This much on my rent, and I'm gonna do this. No, nigga, I'm talking about staying with my mom.
Damn.
And I was trying to see what bitch gonna let me come over and fuck them. Because I don't got no place to fuck these hoes. I'm in these bitches' inboxes, text them, everything. Don't got no place to fuck them. No place.
Damn.
Yeah.
It feels so good to be sober.
I'm so at peace with like, man, you silly as fuck, bro.
Learning to meditate and balance things out. That's what Chantel says. It feels good to be sober. I'm so at peace.
You know how good it is to know I got $6 in my pocket and I'm not about to go get a pint with that shit.
Right. We'll have you planning everything out. Even when you go to the bars, like when you go to the bars.
Hey, listen, shout out to all the females that used to be fucking me when I was a bum.
Reggie, you owe them some money.
You're the real MVP, I swear to God.
Y'all the real MVPs.
Yeah. Lord.
Yeah, boy.
Wow.
I think I'm too cheap or too broke to have habits, man. I'll be like, nah, because I only drink Top Shelf as it is. So I'm like, nah, we're not getting drunk this weekend. I can't afford no bottle of this or a bottle of that.
I don't know. Being a woman, it's easy to have a habit because back in back in those days, men would just come and just walk down the street, be like, "Hey, how you doing?" Come sit on people's porches and just smoke with them, and just kick it or just pull up, like, "Yo, what's up? I got a bottle. Come get in the backseat of my car. Let's have some shots. Oh, you got enough for my mom and my cousins too? Yeah, tell them come out, come get a shot." Just like, all right, cool. Like that's how it was back in the day. Or, hey, you want to hang out? I got some weed. Like, all right, cool. Come pull up to my mom's crib. It was always come to my mom's crib. Like for real.
Let me ask you a question. Now, what you saying that, right?
Yes.
Because I didn't have conversations with older dudes and younger people too. I hate when dudes be like, "Man, I ain't tricking on no bitch. I ain't never tricked a day in my life." And I be always telling them, "Yes, you have." They're like, "How you know?" All right, well, have you ever bought females like bottles and shit and went over there and smoked them out and all that shit? But you wanted 5 for me, though. But you went over there and you smoked them out, smoked the whole Ave, got them a bottle and some cigarettes and shit like that. Right. That's tricking.
I can name 10 dudes right now and used to just pull up. I ain't never slept with them. Ain't never gave them a kiss. And that's why I'm like, see, nowadays, I think you have to give up something for that. But back in our days, it was no requirement but them just to be in your presence.
Right. But my thing is this. So listen, I'm not saying I never did it because I will. But my thing is this, though. Let's not try to pretend. Listen, let's not try to pretend that's not what it is. Because that's what it is. And that's my point to him. Like,
yes, you do. It might not be tricking. I think it's good conversation. I know a particular person used to come hang out with me and just sit there and just smoke and be talking.
But look, this is what I'm saying, though. This is what I'm saying. What makes it tricking is the fact that if a nigga is doing that in hopes of possibly getting some ass and it's costing him money, it's tricking.
Really?
It is, and I'm
Yeah, I might be a little bit naive because I always thought it was a good conversation. Because
Girl, he's trying to talk you out
You
through
think
draws, and you
really
really
want to talk to you
enjoying the
that bad?
topic.
I did. I ain't never think none of them was trying to get the draws because they ain't never got it.
Listen, do you know how many times? Listen, okay, when it comes to women and having sex, it's a lot like baseball. Okay, so I don't know if you know the statistics on baseball.
I don't know
But
nothing.
the best home run hitters also strike out the most. So basically, if you're not swinging, you ain't hitting.
You ain't hitting.
So basically, the niggas that try the most and get shot down the most, Them's also the niggas that get the most too.
Wow.
Facts.
Shocking.
And they also can take it better.
Mm-hmm. My brother said the realest thing in the world to me.
Motherfucking female shoot me down, my feelings hurt. I'm like,
yep.
You fat bitch. I'm gonna be so depressed.
Why she got now? She fat?
I don't care if she's skinny. I'm still gonna say she fat.
Wow, Reggie, I never knew that about you, friend. Dang.
Listen, you don't know what go through niggas' minds.
I really don't.
Hey, Lord, them first few rejections in life, a strong man gets over it at some point, and then you become numb to it. But at first, your feelings be hurt like hell. I don't think women be understanding, bro. When y'all be saying no, that shit lingers for a while till you get used to it.
But here's the thing: none of those guys asked me to, or tried. So I honestly thought we were just really great friends. Cause it's so funny because my cousin Titi was just talking about it last night with me. She's like, you remember that one friend of yours who used to pull up and he had that plastic on his window and we was getting high and I burned his plastic by accident? I was like, yeah. She's like, girl, what happened to him? I was like, girl, I don't even know. This guy for a whole year used to pull up to my house, just bringing weed, just sitting on the porch with us and smoke with all my cousins. And I ain't never even think that he wanted any.
No, Chantel, that's not true. Because if you ain't got it, you can't trick, right?
Yep.
Damn, that just made me forget my.
It's tricking whether you got it. It's tricking if you ain't got it because you going in the hole. It's tricking.
I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with it. I'm just saying.
It is. But call it how you see it.
But you know what's so funny is though, every time he would leave, I would call the one dude who was never freaking available, but he had that good. Dang.
And you saying, oh yeah, I know what I was about to tell you. You was talking about you don't know what happened to him. She burnt a hole in his motherfucking window. That's why he ain't come back.
He did come back. I don't know what happened to him. I broke his car door too. So he probably didn't come back after that.
Oh yeah, you over destructing property. He got tired of having this good conversations with you and you not putting out.
I don't know what happened to dude. I really don't. I mean, he was a sweetheart too, but I don't know. He was there.
But you ain't giving him no play. You gave a toxic dick having dude some play.
I mean, toxic dick having dude end up becoming my baby dad, end up in a relationship with that toxic nigga. Can't stand him.
Mm-hmm. That toxic dick eat them sick. Damn.
My bad, y'all.
It's always the worst. It's always the worst ones for you. That's either always available. If you a dude and you be like, bro, I need to stop fucking with her, but she's always available, or y'all always making time. Like, who you with? She like, I'm out with my friends, and you can tell she out with a dude, so I'm coming through tonight. No, all right, fine. Like, yeah.
But that's the thing, though. I never had interactions like that. Like, never. Like,
you just sat there and said you burned the hole with plastic on the window. He left, and then the toxic dick came through.
But he had never told me that he wanted to be intimate or he wanted more. He was just always around. So
you were just having a good conversation. You missed it.
Yeah. I don't know. But that's the thing, though. I've always had nothing but male friends. All of my friends are male. And none of them, I've only slept with one. Only one of them. And I don't know. So for me, and he was very direct, like, listen, I really like you. This and this and that. And I'm like, you know what? You're not so bad neither. Then we hooked up and then we realized, I realized it wasn't that great. So I was like, we should just be friends because, I wasn't feeling it, but he never wasn't my friend again. We were just friends.
See, this is what I learned about you, not you per se, personally you. As you see what you said, wear your clothes. I seen the pictures you posted in Youngstown. when you was out with your friends or whatever, Kate talking about a great dinner with my friends. I'm like, where is her clothes at?
I'm not.
Your grandmother used to get on my case. It was some orange shorts. I remember them shorts.
I'm not going to
Baby.
comment on the situation because I understand that she's married, so I'm not going to say how it's in my mind. So.
Ooh, those shorts
Yeah,
used
but
to drop
see,
on the south side and east side. Wow.
see, Laura, this is
Always
with
exclusive.
people like you. When you got the ones who you done came over a couple times, you done tried, and you start to get the feeling that you in a friend zone. I don't want to be. If I like you, I don't want to be your friend. I'm cutting it off. If I like you, because it's gonna bother me more. I ain't sticking around if it's gonna bother me that I can't get with you. And not all the times, but 6 out of 10 times, you're probably giving some action to the toxic dick nigga anyways all the time, and then I can't get none, so I'll just cut my losses.
Yeah, but listen, look though, you about 85% right on that one. Listen, but see, you don't got a lot of sisters. I know you got at least one sister, but you don't really got a lot of sisters, do you?
No, I got 4 sisters.
Oh, okay. Well, that's really besides the point. But listen, I know from me, I learned a lot of shit from my sisters and shit. So I got a lot of brothers, but I got way more sisters than I do brothers. You know what I'm saying? So I listened to a lot of shit that they were saying. So, growing up, a lot of times, a lot of females was my friends, even right now. You know what I'm saying? But, sometimes, though, you can get some sympathy pussy, though. Mm-hmm.
I think that's what I gave him. I think that's what that was.
Sometimes if you just be right there at the right time.
Oh, yeah, those happen.
Mm-hmm.
Those happen. But if you really, I'm talking about the ones I really like.
I mean, it's not good to try to shoot for that because you'll be a mad motherfucker trying that shit.
Bro, it'd be the ones that you really like, and then and I'm talking about those that you really like you really feel it, and not just trying to smash. But you get put in that friend zone, and then I'll be like, I started learning, like, bro, I need to walk away because the longer I stay, keep hoping that one day she gonna come around and realize I'm a good dude right here. It wasn't gonna happen, so I started being like, let me cut my losses. Now, don't get me wrong, I might go 6, 7, 8, 9 months, 2, 3 years, and spin the block and see you again.
But that's the thing, though. Like, even with him, I don't want to say his name because I don't want him to feel like he embarrassed or anything. We had a whole conversation afterwards, and I told him, like, it wasn't really hitting for nothing. And I know me. I know that I need that. Like, I need for it to. We have to. It has to be decent, because then I'm gonna cheat on you, and I don't want to cheat. And I don't want you. I don't want to hurt you. And so he was like, I could respect that. And we continued to be friends. And feelings, even though like for a month he was in his feelings, he kept trying. And I just told him, like, listen, I absolutely love you. I think you're an amazing person, which he is. He's an amazing person. But we are still friends to this day. And we're like family, and sometimes you have those experiments, I don't have experiments with friends. One of them. And you just know that it's not it. And I'd rather not hurt him, and then we both be out of each other's lives, especially if we hear about each other.
But look though, let me put you up onto some games, Lord, that I know that you don't know. Only he know.
Ooh.
Listen, sometimes a nigga dick got a mind of his own.
Really?
Sometimes when I was young too. Sometimes it's been like females. I'm like, yeah, man, I want her so bad. And then one day she just said, here you go. You want some pussy? Here you go. Just call you on it. And it's just like your dick, just like, no, dude.
On the spot.
It can happen.
They gotta say too much. You look in your eyes. I can tell you.
You can't tell Jamar. You can't tell me that ain't never happened to you before.
Oh, yeah. And I ain't saying no.
Listen.
I'm like,
I was so upset with myself. Like, damn. Listen, one time, and this is another reason why I don't drink and shit like that. I don't do drugs. Listen, the healthier a dude is, the less shit that he do, the better he is. You say what I'm saying? Because like I said, when I used to be drinking this shit, man, sometimes I'd be
you had that you serving that sloppy thing.
Letting them down. Listen, one time this chick, I went to smash her so bad. I went to high school with her. I ain't gonna say nothing. I went to smash her so fucking bad. Then one time she came and spent the night at my house. Got too motherfucking drunk. I don't know what the fuck happened. All I know is she told me about 2 years later. I mean, she didn't give me no pussy after that for years later. But she told me about 2 years later, she said, listen, that was the worst dick I've ever had.
God damn. She let you get your get back though, right?
It took so fucking long. It took,
Hey, bro,
it
you
took so
were
long.
working.
Listen,
man.
that's what I
You
did
working
too.
for-
Listen,
you need that redeem.
listen, all I could do was think of Mike Jones. I swear to God. Don't feel me now.
That's so good.
Nigga, I was stretching and everything. I'm like, listen.
Hey, bro. Hey, you had to redeem yourself.
You think I'm bullshit? You think, but by this time, I was clean and sober for about a year. Dogged this bitch. Dogged her.
Wow.
Bad. Running and everything.
Well,
talk that shit.
Since y'all don't know him because he is from Cleveland. Well, y'all might know him. He's from Cleveland. But the problem wasn't that he couldn't get it up. The problem was this. It was this size, but like right here. Like, and it was just like, yeah, I couldn't. It was like, oh, it was like, damn, how come the most people? And it's just like, I'm like, what do I do with it? You know? And I was just trying to blow on it. I'm like, and I'm just like, what the fuck?
She didn't get him hard. She gave him goosebumps. She didn't even get him hard.
No, it got there. It got there. He was just saying he was so nervous and like he's sweating, like sweating. And I'm just like, what do I do with this? Like, what do I do? Because I'm sitting there like, I don't even know how to remove her. Like, because like I've always been I've been a figured woman, and I just didn't know how to like I
couldn't get the angle.
Right, because I'm just like, how
y'all over there scissoring and shit.
Right.
You're bumping coochies.
Right.
Clip the clip.
I'm like, I can't. I didn't want to do him like that. I didn't want to hurt him. I knew that.
Please don't say that man's name. I don't want this man coming in.
I said I wouldn't. I don't want to embarrass him.
You'll leave Tiny Tim alone.
You do. You're gonna have to fight him.
Right. Yeah.
Don't fuck your nigga the police shit. You got me fucked.
Oh, he wanted his redeem, but you can't redeem coming up short.
Rematch. You never know. He might have went back to Miami.
He couldn't help that he was born that way, and I was just like, maybe if you eat some more protein or some carrots, I don't know.
Maybe he got cut wrong.
Whoa! Maybe. Did you see what she said?
I had a dude I was talking to for a while. When I finally let him get some, his balls was bigger than his. I seen one of them, girl. I seen one of them.
Balls in it.
I seen one of them. I'm like, what the fuck?
Lean on me when you're not long. I'll be your friend.
This is
wow. Wow.
Right.
What's up with them contracts though?
What contracts?
The off-season signings.
Who signed? Where? Ain't nobody signing. Everybody get no money?
Who? Are you sure? Did you hear about Jaylen Brown?
Oh, well, his $300 million. Did you see what he said he want to do with the money?
I respect it. So. I definitely
something about building Wait, I'm gonna put that up because I can't let this go without being said.
The guy who's talking about building Black Wall Street?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I like him. His idea is solid. But who's going to help him achieve that?
It's gonna have to be some other players. She said, I was like, what happened to the rest? He had the nerve to say it's not hard yet.
What happened to the rest? Oh damn!
He had a to be continued sign tattooed on his balls or something.
Still growing, still loading.
After these messages, we'll be right back. Hey, bro.
My thing is though with him getting that, I'm definitely glad that he got it.
Yeah.
I just be thinking about just a few years ago. Remember we always saying about Chris Paul, like, man, ain't nobody gonna want to give him that $40 million. Man, that ain't shit now. Nothing. That's like mid-level player money now. $60 fucking million for Jaylen Brown. And then 7 years ago, it was Mike Conley that we just thought was just a unworldly contract. Why is it always the player that's not even the top 10 player really that get the money?
Well, I would have gave it to Jaylen Brown. I think Jaylen Brown, I like him better sometimes than Tatum. I think, but they should have traded one of them. But
what you gonna get in
I don't
return
know.
for that?
Yeah, I like what Alora said though. Like, who's going to help him build it?
Yeah, because he's gonna need help, and because the idea is wonderful because you don't have a lot of players talking about that. You had some people saying, I want to get back to the community, but he is talking about he wants the community to a black community where he come from to be independent on itself and not so reliant upon outside people, you know. And I think that is so important. But this is the thing. He's going to have so many people come against him and try to tell him what he can't do. And he's going to need someone with a little bit more business savvy ideas, someone who, and I think he should be getting together with other black people. You know, I ain't going to say I want help from outside, but when you get outside help, sometimes those outside helps, they have their own agendas hidden into the fine details. So, but it's just like how many other players can come on to the team? How about Diddy or somebody? Tyler Perry. This is such a great idea that I think the likes of Tyler Perry, the likes of Diddy, the Jermaine Dupri's, they should be trying to get on to this. Because if we could start there in his city, think about how vastly this was spread across the U.S. and how that could help deter crime in our urban neighborhoods. Because you have to think, people commit crimes because they don't have access to things. Right. If you are lacking something, you're more than likely to be into the streets and doing things you ain't got no business doing. But if you have something in your own community, from your community, for your community, then you have a higher rate of being successful and wanting to do better and get in on the gravy train to creating your own brand.
You know what deterred people? When they got something to lose. When they feel like they have nothing to lose, when they feel like there's no ownership, when they feel like there's no value to it, or it's not theirs, they don't give a fuck about it. Our culture has the mentality of a rental car driver. Well, someone who rents a car driver's mentality. You don't give a fuck when they rent a home, you don't give a fuck how you treat it. You get a hotel, you don't give a fuck how you treat it. You rent a car, you don't give a fuck how you treat it. You use it, you abuse it, you leave it messy. You didn't clean all your trash up out the car when you return a rental car. It's a lot. And it's just, we need to grow for that.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
I respect both your ideas, especially with the Tyler Perrys and the P. Diddy's and them. They got it. You know, worst case scenario, they probably could throw 20, 30 mil, you know, just as a tax write-off, get it going.
Mm-hmm.
Crime and stuff only really happens in poor communities. Crime really doesn't happen. Well, crimes do. Listen, let me reword that. Violent crimes really only happen in poor communities. Rich communities, crimes happen too. It's just no one finds out about it because nobody calls the police. But violent crimes happen mostly in poor communities out of desperation. You know, that's anywhere you go in the world. Any place, any country you go that's poor, you stand a good chance of getting fucked up because these people are poor and don't got nothing to lose. So if you own something and you have money, you have something to lose. So you're not going to do that shit. You're not going to do some bullshit if you got some money that you ain't trying to lose. Period.
Right. Right, that's true. So, I'm sorry. Are y'all done talking? Or before I was talking in my mouth?
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
I was wondering if you could put it in the box across the screen.
Yep, that's what I'm doing now.
I love you so much because you always be on it. But I would like to ask for the support of the Mahoney Valley community to help support my niece. Right now, she's pregnant with twins, and over the weekend, she lost her mother to a senseless shooting in the city of Youngstown, Ohio. And we're just trying to, ask for help. Anything helps to help her prepare for 2 babies and to help bury her mother. And this is really uncomfortable because I ain't never think we would be sitting here on the broadcast asking, for this type of support. My sister, Florence Tawana Gray, Tawana, as many of you guys know her, was a big, big support in my niece's life. She was a wonderful mother, a wonderful sister, a wonderful daughter. And they were planning a gender reveal for my niece, which she's having twin boys. I was hoping for 2 girls, but it's twin boys. And we're just asking for anyone to donate diapers, clothes, baby formula, baby bottles, anything that you can do. I don't care if you're sending $1, 50 cents, $5, $20, anything helps. We're just asking that everyone just support her with love. And if you can't donate anything monetarily, that is okay. Like I said, baby wash, anything that a newborns would need, we just ask that you would help. You guys can inbox me on Facebook at Alora Sakura Dannon, or you guys can inbox her directly at Nene Gray on Facebook. Or if you guys know any of our family members, inbox them and someone will be able to point you in the right direction if you want to drop off items, or if you guys want to donate any type of money, please donate to her Cash App directly. And we appreciate all the love and all the support that we have been receiving. Let me tell you, Youngstown, people can say what they want about Youngstown, but when it comes to tragedy and people needing each other, Youngstown do step up and they do show love. And I want to thank everyone for the outpouring support to my niece and to my mom, to my aunts, and to my cousins, all of us. Because anyone knows the Grays, we're all tight. We all like sisters. We the Gray girls. But thank you guys. That's all.
Reggie, you got anything you want to add?
Nah, rest in peace, Tawana. Y'all motherfuckers stop selling that fucking fentanyl, being weird, killing people. Or y'all stop shooting people, being weird, killing people. It's stupid.
Yeah. Innocent. Had nothing to do with nothing. Innocent.
Oh man. I want to send a shout out to Stephen Gin, because I drank it and they're paying me for it. Now let me quit.
Petey Pablo.
Okay, Petey.
Yo, I just want to thank Laura for coming on. I want to send a shout out to those on the Laura Dannon Show. My co-host, my boy Reggie. Bro, you always make podcasts so easy, entertaining, and always a chance to have conversations and walk away like I got some nourishment for the day. Laura, you always come in and provide the facts and hit it with the questions and add great commentary, input, challenge me when I need to be challenged, put me in my place when I need to be put in my place, and ride with me sometimes when I need somebody to have my back and ride with me. So I love potting with you. Shout out to the Normal Combos. It's a Normal Combos pod, right?
Yes, Normal Combos pod. Hey,
yeah, Bobby Drake was in here earlier. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to them. Shout out to Twin of them. So to my girl Annie. Shout out to CL doing her thing. Shout out to Diallo Benz, aka Miguel, bro. Hope you get well. He's still going through a tough time as far as in pain and everything. So want to thank y'all for listening. Also, be on the lookout for the Madam and the General, Truth Entertainment Films doing a docudrama on the coup in 1991 in Haiti with Madame Tuyot, who was the first female president and also first Supreme Court judge in Haiti. She was assigned as a temporary president, and some people came through and tried to do a coup to take over the country and everything and stop Haiti from having a democratic process. So be on the lookout for the Madam and the General. It's coming real soon. It's just more things from True Films Entertainment. So we on our way. Oh yeah, shout out my boy Malcolm Walters. He was already in Judas and the Messiah. He was in the LeBron series that dropped on Peacock. Was it some of the game? I can't think of the name of it. The one that they did in LeBron's James Basketball Life or whatever the case. He acted in that, and he's out there in LA right now doing more films and everything. Malcolm's out there doing some great things, so shout out to him. So that's all I got. Okay,
Shout out to the Haitians in general too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out to Haiti, period. I've been wanting to say that too. I want people to really look at the history of Haiti and look at everything that they have done and everything that they have been through.
Mm-hmm.
It affects you. It affects you. Period.
Yeah. Yeah.
Trust me.
Oh,
They deserve respect.
Can I get some shout outs really quick?
Yes.
First of all, I want to shout out you niggas because I fuck with y'all. And
shout out to the Hughes Initiative too. Sorry about that. I almost didn't want to forget that.
Yeah, shout out to Robin and the Hughes Initiative.
Yeah, shout out y'all. Shout out to y'all. But anyways, I need you two guys to come onto my podcast because I want to have an episode about toxic male masculinity. I feel like it is not a thing. I know it's not a thing. And I need some men's perspective on there. And I definitely need you guys because I know y'all gonna come with the shits. Definitely need y'all on. That's gonna be a podcast.
What day?
I'm thinking Sunday, but if not this Sunday, we're gonna definitely do it next Sunday. I definitely will. Also, I want to shout out all the great girls, the Brooks. I love all of y'all. Y'all keep y'all head up no matter how far y'all are. If we ain't spoken 5 years, 10 years, I love all of y'all. Keep on smiling. And shout out to my mama for having my fine ass. Love you.
Right.
So, peace. We out. God bless y'all. Thank y'all for watching. Check us out on YouTube, truthentertainmentfilms.com. Facebook, we're everywhere or somewhere, nowhere at all. All of that and the above. God bless y'all. Good night.